I'm going to introduce John Sunde, and my name's Paul Craft, and we're going to do a bit of a wrap-up of Tuesday Night Hefrron. We've been doing it for years, John, at the start of the race.
37 to be exact.
Okay, but you and me, I'm going to say probably 14 years. At the start of every race, we talk about last week's race.
We do.
Yeah.
And we see, and the good thing is that we can actually remember what happened a week ago.
Yeah, and at our age, I'm going to put it out there, our combined age is very close to 120 years on this planet. So,
why are you in your 60s?
Pretty close to it, mate. I'm not there, but you're up at you do the math. You can work it out yourself. Your maths is terrible. Listen, we're not gonna we don't understand TikTok. We know what a vlog is because we've seen Chris Miller.
You might have, I haven't.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it. So we're going to give it a try. We're probably going to suck at this, but we will get better. So what I thought, I'll be the bit of the host. We're going to get most of the content from John Sunde's perspective. And let's go with a bit of a share and screen. John, I'm not sure if the waves are doing things. We've got
the waves are doing things. They're moving. The
Okay.
water's moving.
Are they moving like a perfect video, or is it a bit sketchy?
It's okay.
Okay, let's go. John, last week, Scott Law gets the victory. Before we start, I note that 3 very good sprinters, Scott Law, Jack Bennett, Tom Bolton, 1, 2, 3.
Indeed. And to think that Scott Law has surprised himself and everybody by not only winning this third race out of 4, but starting the year with a win was even a surprise for Scott. To get a second win was, I guess, more of a surprise, but Tuesday night's win was outstanding. It was just sheer time, experience, timing, and power.
Go to 4th place, Ollie Penny. Standout rider again this year. 4th, not a sprinter in my opinion. We go to 5th, Roland Delatz. He's on the podium. You can see him there because he's the first B grader.
Yeah, what a great ride by him. Ride by Rolly. And if you saw Ollie's bike video of the last lap, you'll see that Rolly's got the perfect spot, about 5th or 6th wheel in the train.
Well, I've got that video. We're going to watch it a little later on. That's going to pretty much end it before we get into next week. Moving on now as we go into the graded results. So A grade got up, and they got up with 3 laps to go. That changes the way things happen. So we get our graded results. The winner of B grade, of course, it's Roland Delatz, 5th overall. And then Michael Bolt. He's been second a number of times, hasn't he?
Yes, it's second actually in as many weeks. So it'd be fair to say that Bolterini has fluctuated. Pre-Christmas, he was very keen to ride A grade, but he realised it's just a little bit off the pace and it was too intense. So he's come back to B grade, and he's done very well. And I think he's gained a lot of confidence out of his last 2 rides.
Help me out with Rowan Douglas. He's finished top 3 a few times, but I'm not really familiar with him.
Oh, well, Rowan's new, and Rowan really has impressed. So he's a bit of a regular on Saturday down at Randwick at Hefrron. This is his third or 4th Tuesday night race, and he's been in the pointy end of the finish in the sort of B grade overall each time. In the last 2 weeks, he's been in the mix. So he had his best ride. I've been really impressed with Rowan's riding, actually. He's come on really well.
C grade, this is a big victory. Nicole O, post-race, I interviewed her and I said she's been first female before, but this is the first time she was first C grader, and she was delighted.
This was an incredible ride because if you recall, Crafty, the main field, I think it was about 20 odd riders, which I would who finished, I refer to as the main field. They were very fragmented, and she was part of that. And I think that just looking at C grade, Ben Hawkins, who was second, he wasn't quite part of that main group, and Hendrick, who nabbed third, he was even further back. So Nicole's ride was outstanding on a whole lot of different levels. Just to be in the mix in that main group at the finish, to win C grade, and then of course to be first woman home too.
I'll put it out there. B grade caught C grade with 5 laps to go. A grade caught everybody with 3 laps to go. So things got loud, and they got loud real quickly. 5 laps to go. It blew all the C graders out of the bunch. Nicole found a friend with Andy Matthews, who ushered her to the line, and it was a great result.
Sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Here we go. Across the line. Now, what I've done, John, is I've broken it in the top 10 because the link on Facebook was broken. In the future, I'll try and put those spaces at the time gaps so that we get a bit of an idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So here we go. There's our finishes. 38 finishes. I'm going to guess 70 odd starters.
70 odd starters, 25 finishes. No, was it
38?
38. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see the C graders with getting caught so early. I'm looking at 5 C graders. 1, 2, help me out. 4.
Yeah, 4, I think, finishes. So keep in mind, Crafty, that really you can draw a line under sort of behind Andy Matthews. That top 25 I would classify as the main group. Mm-hmm. The next 10 were all stragglers finishing in 1s and 2s, and certainly they deserve to be credited with finishing. But truthfully, they were well off the pace, but still they finished, and it's just their sheer tenacity and sort of will to get to the finish, which is an achievement in its own right. And I want to point out a new guy there, and who came in 31st in B grade, Rusum, first time ever at Hefrron, and I congratulated him on getting to the finish. And he said that was my aim, was to finish, because that was a tough night on Tuesday night with that northeasterly.
Yeah, I sincerely hope that riders' ambitions are to make that. We don't allow people to get in the way, as in if they're too far back, we pull them out. Congratulations to the 38 finishers. The DNFs, there's always a story about the DNFs. Some of them were doing the job for others. We know how it rolls, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
There's certainly one DNF in there on Tuesday night who had no option. And that was Josh Evans. Just a little shout out to him. There you go.
Okay, the Sydney City Skoda Points Series after round 4. John, have a look at this. Note it's after round 2. I can't find anything. What's going on, John? Why can't I find round 3 or round 4 of the series? Have you posted it?
No, I sent it to the writers in the email and I forgot to post it.
You know what? I'll tell you what, with the magic of editing, I'm going to bring it up right now.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't post that, did I? Yeah, good one, John.
Okay, so John, chill out on that one, because basically after I brought it up, it's just going to display. I'm going to edit all this crap out. Okay. Next segment. Let's go to the video. We're going to go on board with Ollie Penny. This is going to be cool. Share sound, share, optimize video. We're ready to go. Okay, John, here we go. We've on board with Ollie Penny. First thing I noticed, John, it's Phil Lucas. He goes grass. I'm going to pause it there because Hefron's a little bit different to just about every other criterium. Every other criterium, you go grass, your day's kind of over. Hefrron, it seems like grass is part of what you do.
Well, it depends on where you're on the track. So it's interesting to note that that particular spot is just coming off the second pinpool.
Yep.
And with the strong northeasterly, the guys that that A grade are passing are really suffering, getting a bit of pushback from the headwind, and they're looking for that wide space to get a clean, fast cut through B grade. So that's why he's going grass. There's other parts of the track you wouldn't try that, but that is sort of quite a common spot there.
Yeah, another one going grass there, and
yeah, that was just a big grader going well. So here they are coming into the straight with three to go.
3 to go, correct.
Yeah,
I think it's 3 to go.
Yep, they've just caught B grade. There's Big James Laidlaw getting past there.
Jumping forward now to last lap, and you can see, Michael Cupid
third wheel.
Michael Cupid's away at this stage, and the lead 8 train coming from Rickards. We both thought Lucas was the rider that was going to make the move, but it's Michael Cupid.
Notice Phil goes nowhere. Nearly clips his Ollie Penny there.
Yeah, that was pretty close. But he can see his shadow. He's just moved wide now.
Yeah.
And it's Jack Bennett in front, yeah?
Yeah, so he's, and don't forget that at this point, Tom Bolton has just bridged a massive gap just after Mick Cupid had gone into the headwind. And Tommy Bolton had also bridged the gap the previous lap. So he is absolutely cooked at this spot. He's got nothing left in his legs, and Jack has just been following wheels and sitting in a perfect spot.
Yeah, I want to bring your attention to the grass, and on the right, is that your mate? Is that Frank?
It's Frank there in the red shorts.
Yeah. Okay, so you just see Michael Cupid going into the corner now.
Yep. Now Scotty's leading. Tom Bolton on his wheel. You would have to think at this stage, the way this would unfold, that Tom Bolton would kick off Scott Law. But what happens, actually that's Millsy in front of Scott Law.
Yep.
Scott's getting a little bit of a toe. He hits this corner and he launches. Jack hasn't gone yet.
He's still on the wheel of Brad. Brad swings over and Scott Law goes grass. He goes right to the right. The wind's coming from the left. And Bennett seems to think that Bolton's going to get around Scott. He hasn't. Now Bennett starts his move because it's all over. Scott Law.
It is. Yeah. It was a pretty exciting finish to those last few laps, last 2 laps on Tuesday night, because Tom was a little bit isolated. He didn't have Edwin Britz to look after him, didn't have Kurt Ether around, literally there on his own, still rode an amazing race and did a lot of work in those closing laps that he wouldn't normally have been used to.
Look, I really feel that Jack Bennett looked at 2021 and the speed that Tom Bolton, and he was banking on Bolton coming off Law's wheel, and he was banking on trying to get around Bolton. When Bolton didn't move on Scott Law, and as you said, Bolton crossed the gap. We didn't see that on the video.
No, that was just prior to Mick Cupid going.
Yeah. Okay, next week at Hefrron Park.
Well, weather permitting, because if you had a quick glance at the forecast, there's quite a bit of rain hanging around the early part of next week. But notwithstanding that, fingers crossed for the 27th annual Joseph Sunde Memorial Race. This event has been going now for 29 years, because there were 2 years that we didn't have it. Originally, it was an Australia Day race when it first started. But then over the years, we've moved it from that time frame, and now it's part of the Tuesday night season.
It's a big one, and it's joined with the other memorial race.
Yes, the Anthony Spurgeon Senior Memorial Handicap. That's been going for that race has been going for 14 years. Originally, it was a standalone race held before Christmas, but that trophy is now raced for B and C graders over the normal 15-lap handicap.
Prestigious winners.
Absolutely. The look back on the honour roll for the Joseph Sunde race, and you'll see some very big names in Australian cycling on that cup.
Have you won either of these races?
No, I haven't, because I don't normally race the Joseph Sunde Memorial Race. I'm too busy on the sidelines helping out you. However, in 2008, because I saw the little trophy on the mantelpiece the other day, I won the Masters division of the Joseph Sunde. So I did.
Congratulations. Well done, John. Listen, we're going to wrap this up, and we need a name for the vlog for Tuesday Night Hefrron. Here are some of my suggestions. Your thoughts, please. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one?
I like that. Hefrron Hangover, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
no, Hangover.
Handover. So it's like we're handing over to next. The hangover is like the recovery from, like, you know what I mean? And the handover is we're handing over to next week.
Yeah, I like the hangover.
You like the hangover? Okay, what about this one?
What's another word for recap that could be? No, I'd like to use that one, but I think we should.
You don't think we should? It's too controversial. You know, Anthony Spurgeon Jr., God bless him, the king of Hefrron, he came up to me in December 2021, just a few months ago, and he said, "You say that every week." He only just worked it out.
I've been saying,
no, I'm serious. I've been saying it for 14 years, and he only worked it out a couple of months ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it up to
I'm just going recap synonym.
Okay, we'll work that out. John, listen, it's been absolutely fantastic.
You too, Crafty, loved it.
Yeah,
actually, it's quite Hefrron recant.
Yeah, you know what? I like the synergy of the double H though.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.